Can I sell my first ever holiday collection? That's the question I'm asking myself every single day as I build it. Hi, I'm Brooke, artist and owner of the BM Edit. I'm currently in the middle of launching my first ever holiday line, and I'll be honest, I have a real fear of not selling anything. Why the fear? Since debuting my first greeting card lines in May, I've had one great wholesale order for 48 products and one Etsy order. My goal is to reach $300 in revenue by the end of the year. I'm currently at about 130. I also want to get my products into at least 2 shops and hit 5 Etsy sales. This Christmas launch is a make or break moment to bridge the gap and hit those goals. To fight that fear of 0 sales, I had to get aggressive with the boring admin stuff. I spent the first few weeks of the line being launched to wholesale reaching out to shops and retailers across the Gulf Coast. Getting into local shops is a huge part of my plan to reach that second shop goal. I also timed everything perfectly with fair market, a week where retailers stock up to give this collection the best head start as possible. I made sure that the products were launched the week before fair market, so it had a little bit of time for me to reach out to retailers to let them know that these products existed. When I started designing this collection, I looked for a gap in the market. Usually Christmas cards are all cardinals and snowy birds, but at the BM Edit, we do things a little bit different. My cards bring the coastal vibe to the holidays. I've got an egret in front of a colorful light bokeh, a snowman on the beach, but the star of the show, my brown pelican on a stack of gift boxes. These are all of my original paintings that I created in order to start this collection. I also have a couple other designs, and I'll be able to share the finished product with you here shortly. I'm leaning heavily into the Pelican greeting card because the Pelican seems like a bestseller subject based on my previous bird collection I launched in May. And hopefully it'll be part of bringing the coast to Christmas. I painted these designs on watercolor with a little touch of gouache to add some highlights and richer colors to the designs. After scanning them and color matching them to my paintings, I added them to my greeting card templates. Some are pure art, just the design I painted on the front of the card, and some I decided to add a couple little words to it. So one of them says merry and bright, one says the typical joy to the world, things like that to just enhance the holiday spirit on the card. Next came the printing, cutting, and honestly the most important part, product photos. I spent an entire day, not just part of a day, I spent most of my day one day taking product photos, and the best thing about it was I used mostly things that I already owned. Being a photographer, I have a tripod, I have cameras, I have a little external light. I bought about $10 worth of products to create my backdrop for my cards, and honestly, I'm so glad I had so many things to start off with, but I'm gonna make a video in a little bit about how you can create your product photography the same as mine. And I'll go through my breakdown of what I bought and maybe how you can tailor it to work for your product photography. But I spent an entire day taking photos of my greeting cards, not just my Christmas greeting cards, but in an effort to standardize my photography. I've created a process that I will follow for every other product I create. And so I spent a lot of that day not only taking photos of my Christmas cards, although that was the main focus, I also spent quite a bit of time retaking photos of my bird greeting card line as well as my fruit pun greeting card line. These photos and the descriptions I built for my wholesale listings, because obviously I haven't fully built out the listings for retail yet. That will be a little bit closer to the official launch in the end of September. I wanted to wait and bring those to you a little bit closer to Christmas, so stay tuned for that. But I wanted to make sure my photos and my listings answered every possible question a retailer could have, and I wanted to tear down any possible wall they could have that could prevent them from purchasing my products. So while this whole wholesale launch started in June of the product preparation and getting everything ready for it, and the wholesale products actually launched in July 15th 15th, I believe. I'm now planning my social post to tease the retail launch and give little pieces of it before the official launch for these amazing designs in late September. I'm currently at 1 Etsy sale and my goal is 5, so I need 4 more. And if you want to help me hit that goal, or you just love these coastal designs, you can check out my current products at thebmedit.com or my Etsy shop, also named The BM Edit. I cannot wait to see how this launch goes. I'm already thinking ahead to my Valentine's Day line, aptly named Lovebirds. So stick around and we'll see if we hit that $300 goal. If I do hit my goals, I am planning on increasing them. So just leading into some continuous improvement, but stay tuned for more. Check out my website, check out my Etsy. I can't wait to get your order and share my little corner of the coast with you.